Hello and welcome to another Where I Go building tutorial using Urwigo. In this video today we will be looking at using the geocaching ID without the player inputting it. For the purpose of this tutorial I've loaded up the cart that we've previously started making in the other videos. So what we shall do in this instance, we'll greet the player by their geocaching name when they start the cartridge and tell them what to do. So on start, if we go down to events, we'll click on unhandled, and here this will happen when they start the cartridge. So on start we want to show a message, so we'll drag the message across onto the main screen here, but because we want to call the geocaching ID in, we can't just use the quotation marks that are here. We need to concatenate, which means use more than one type of variable. So if we scroll down to the concatenate under expressions, we can drag this onto our message. This now means we can use more than one type of variable. So now if we go over to the expressions again and we drag value over, this will again allow us to put in the text that we wanted. We want it as a string, as it is text, and we'll greet the player with hello and welcome. I've left a space after the word welcome so that when we put in the geocaching ID, the geocacher's name in, it doesn't squash all the words together. Right. On the bottom left we now go down to the player and click the little arrow next to it, and then that will expand the menu to show name. We can now drag the word name next to our hello and welcome, and that will then put player name there. So now when we run the cartridge it will say hello and welcome player name. So if it was me playing the cartridge it would say hello and welcome Stompy and Stampy. Now if we want another bit of text after the player name, we go over to value again and drag value over. This time, click string, this time we need to make sure we have a space at the beginning of the text to make sure it doesn't squash it up against the player name. So now we'll say hello and welcome, player name, please make your way to the first zone. Basically, what we've done here is we've set up a message using variables, which is the player name, and values, which is the text. The player name can be used in many ways throughout the cartridge, whether it be called in dialogue or just congratulating them on messages and interaction with characters. Now if we run the cartridge in the emulator, we can then select the amazing adventure. This is what we set up in the other thing. Press play, and it now says hello and welcome Stompy and Stampy. Please make your way to the first zone. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you want any videos on how to do something, please comment below.